Yo guys, this is a Phantom Armor coming to you guys with a new deck profile of, a little bit of something crazy. It's 6 Samurai, it's for Magispector Cosmo format. I just want to say this deck is absolutely garbage against Cosmo. You should probably be maining Light Imprisoning Mirrors for that. This deck cannot contend with Cosmo. However, if you're playing against Magispector, you can do something, so I don't know, I definitely play this deck if you have locals filled with Magispectors. So yeah, getting into the profile, we're playing triple Keyzon. This is like one of the best guys. This guy's really strong. He's really good just to be pushing for damage too. It kind of sucks if you draw him alone, but you can still do something if you draw him alone. Then moving on to some of my least favorite cards in the deck, which are the Asceticism targets, is one Zanji and one Inishi. I feel like these two are like, I don't know, they're pretty bad if you draw them alone, both of them. Like if I draw Zanji without anything, it's really bad. Like these two, if you draw them, you only really want to draw them with Keyzon, or Inishi you want to draw late game with the Kaigeki. So they're very specific to get them live. And I don't know, I don't like that idea. For the, like that was like the bigger dudes, smaller dudes, playing triple Kaigeki. I kind of want rares. Wait, let me just focus in. Oh, come on, focus. Okay, so it didn't focus very well. Triple Kaigeki. This card's like the best guy, one of the best guys. He's, I don't know, I would consider playing two, but I didn't want to play Yaichi this time. Because in my last profile I played Yaichi. This time I don't want to play Yaichi, just because this deck primarily wants to go first, and if they're going second you want to go for game, and Yaichi just doesn't help you do that. So, like, oh, battery. Anyway, so like, this, it's like, it's good to play a 3, but if you draw them with any of these 5, it's kind of like really bricky. Other than in late game, because then you can draw this with this, and this with this is good going second, because you can just swing into stuff. But then you have like a 200 dude. That's like good. Then moving on to my least favorite card in the deck, which is Kagemusha. I absolutely hate this card. I wanted to play 2, but you need 3. You do need 3, like, quite badly you need 3. Like, if you don't draw this card with almost any hand, like, you need to draw this with Kaigeki, and with losing 2 Rotas, this deck gets very, very much slower. So, like, if I wanted to play 2 of this in my last profile, I probably could have got away with it. But now it's just like you need to draw this card to have it, or just have Smoke Signal to have it. But at the same time, there isn't 6 searchers anymore. There's only 4, which makes this deck significantly less consistent. So you do need to play all 3. I would much like to play 2, but I think 3 is mandatory. Because in this deck, the reason that 6 Sams can't most of the time contend is that you have cards that don't do anything by themselves, which is kind of like the main downfall of 6 Samurai. It's just you have cards that don't do anything by themselves. But then you have cards that need other, like the cards that need other cards to work are like the most painful, which is like the whole deck. But if you have like Zanji or Nishi or Kagemusha in your hand with nothing else, like essentially your hand is dead, which is kind of a problem for this deck. So like I don't know. It's just like a problem when you have like dead cards like Kagemusha or Zanji or Inishi that can't do anything unless you have any of these 6 or one of your 2 elders. And even then, Elder can't do anything unless you have Kagemusha or Kaigeki. So like, this how I feel about the deck, and I don't know. It's just like you need your igniters more than anything. So you want more of these guys. So there's 8 of these. As I found through testing, there's 8 of these guys. And then there's 5 cards that you want to spark, or essentially you want to get Kagemusha to the field as fast as possible. And then yeah. So you don't, like, the dead cards are definitely like very, very painful to see together. Like if you draw like double Kagemusha or Zanji and Inishi, you practically already lost. Unless you have like an igniter, or unless you have like double Keyzon, you've already kind of lost. So that's like kind of the issue with this deck right now. And then so moving on, double Elder. I don't know how much I like this card either, just cause it's like, once again, it's one of those cards that's not good with anything else. Or like other cards, like this you can set it, this you can normal summon and bash into stuff. But this card's just kind of like dead without anything, and most of the time when you want to go first, this card can't be live because your opponent has to control the monster for this to be summoned, for this to summon itself. So the problem is that this card is just it's really bad going first. Like it's absolutely treacherous unless you have asceticism. So then One Thunder King. One Thunder King's really good. I like Thunder King. No Grandmaster. I hate that card. I don't feel like it gets you anywhere. And then the last card is one Birdman. You might be questioning why I play Birdman, but it's like the same mentality as it is in Yugioh, because you want to bounce keys on, special summon it, and then special summon keys on back. And then you have a free 7 play. Like there are times when you can make Zeta and Chien, and that's a really strong board. So I feel like that's really good. Triple Smoke Signal for moving on to the spell. Just like 15 monsters, I think. I don't really want to count. We're playing Triple Smoke Signal and the one Rhoda. I'm really sad about this card. I played this in like everything. So, like this is your 4 searchers. There's nothing to say about it. It just gives you 4 extra monsters. I would never play any less of any of these. So, yeah, I just hope Sorry about the cut, guys. Oh, this is kind of slanted. My camera actually dropped, so I had to go get that up. The other part's probably going to be edited out, but you know. Anyways, let's get into the rest of the cards. So I was saying I wish Gabriel would come back. That card's like really good, if you didn't notice. Triple United. This card's really strong. Just to get you through the deck. I didn't want to play Dojo, just because that card's like really bad unless you have 2 6 samurais. Even in which case it's not that great. Like you just want United just because since you United just gets you somewhere without you having to have anything. Like if I just drew United in like Kagamusha, or Zanji or something, or any of the dead cards, I could just attempt to make it live by just sacking it off and getting a draw, trying to push into back row, which is always an option. And even though it's like only 1800, Magic Spectres do have a tough time getting over it. And I know a lot of them don't actually play the unicorn thing, or not the, what is it called? The unicorn thing. I don't know, the thing that bounces. A lot of them don't play that, so just having this, or having big monsters is really important. So having a reason just to summon them is really good. So this card is just easily a good upstart. Playing double asceticism. This card is pretty good. I don't want to play 3 just because I don't want to play more targets. So double instant fusion. I feel like this card's like really powerful. I was gonna play 3 until I found out how cloggy it actually was. Like I found myself opening hands of like any hand you'd open 2 of these, you'd already be losing, no matter what the rest of your cards were. Unless they were like all combo cards, then you couldn't do anything. If even like one of them was a trap, a lot of the time you wouldn't even activate the one of the 2 instant fusions. So if you drew 2, you were practically in a losing position. So I didn't want to play 3 for that reason. And then for the 1 I played 1 lance and 1 book. I was originally gonna play 2 lances, but I feel like 1 and 1 is probably just a better number. Because book just can protect you from stuff. It is optimally garbage against like half the decks. It's really bad against Cosmo. It's really bad against Magic Spectre, but it's really unexpected. So your opponent could just lose to this card without even not seeing it coming, which is really strong. And also can protect your own shit. Like, if your opponent tries to like flip down something, you can just. It's just generic spell removal, and also being able to like put something down and then attack over it is really good. 1 soul charge. It's really good to charge like 8 cards or like 4 cards. Like if you open like a hand of like this, Elder, and this. Or even just Elder, Kagamusha, this, you already have Nat B. Shien, which is a really strong board against Magic Spectres. And it can be a pretty strong board against Cosmo. So, yeah, moving into like the trap cards, I play a decent amount of traps, just to get trap removal in there, or trap power in there. Triple Fiendish Chain. I don't know what I feel about this card. It's kind of bad against the meta decks, but I don't know. It's just there. It's really good against Rogue. Or most Rogue decks, at least. Double Mind Crush. This card's really, really good. I love this card. I'd probably put it in a third. But it's a really strong card just to be able to bind crush your opponent cards. One Musku Megs onto the one Musket. I don't know. One Double Edge, one Mirror Force, one Time Space, one Solemn, and one Vanities. So the idea behind all of these, I'm gonna explain all of them. Vanities, it's Vanities. Solemn, it's good. Time Space. I play this over Bottomless and Torrential because those cards, like, arguably aren't that great this format. Where Time Space is amazing, so I wanted to play Time Space. Mirror Force, just a good card. Being able to just Mirror Force your opponent. It's not that great against Cosmo, and it's pretty bad against everything, or non-respectors. But there's not that much meta at my locals, so I just wanted to have a generic Mirror Force. Because if you're storming Mirror Force anything that isn't Magic Specters or Cosmo, it's just not good. And storming Mirror Force isn't that great against Cosmo either. One Double Edge. It's just, I hate this card, but I felt like it kind of had to be played. Because this deck lacks recovery cards. Ever since it lost Redox. I'd probably, if Redox was illegal, I'd probably take this out for Redox. Because Redox is one of those recovery cards. If you lose your board, you just summon Redox, and then you just keep going with for damage or whatever. But Double Edge Sword Technique, I really, really do hate this card. It's like it's one of those cards where you have to open it with a board. Like, you have to open this with Kaigeki Kagamusha or Zandi Shien. Like, I'm not going to use this as an aggressive card. I'm more likely going to use this as a backup. Oh, flip the card. As a backup card. But I don't know. It's just this card is very subpar. And it can be dead in so many situations. So yeah. And the last card is one card I can't pronounce. Originally I was playing two of these over the Double Edged, but I found myself liking this more. I'd rather be able to recover my established board rather than try to protect it. Like, these two cards practically do the same thing in most cases. But Muscu Magnetama. I'm just gonna call it Magnetama. Magnetama. It's really, like, it's pretty subpar against Magic Specters because the only thing that destroys is Cyclone, and I don't know if they're playing Storm right now. I see like a couple of the profiles, but I know also that like Cosmo destroys a lot, but this won't do anything against them because their card will just, like, it won't be destroyed. It just gets negated. The effect will get negated. Actually, I don't know if it will destroy it. Oh, of course it will destroy. What am I saying? It can't be targeted. But yeah, so it'll destroy the card and they'll just get like a Forerunner or a Slip Rider to push you out of advantage. So this card is like subpar against that deck, but it does get rid of Dark Destroyers, which is pretty good. I can also stop like MSTs and stuff. No. Yeah, I can stop like MSTs and stuff, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. I like the card, but like, this is obviously like one of my favorite cards. Oh, sorry. I thought the video froze. God. I'm getting really pissed on my phone. There's like no space on this thing. But anyway, so like the one Musky Magnetame, it's really good, but it depends which deck you're playing. Like, a lot of the time I will side this out. I found myself doing it. Moving on to the extra deck. The extra deck's like pretty standard. Double Norden. I didn't play Panzer Dragon just because I felt like if you're going for a Norden play and your opponent max sees you, you're probably just gonna kill your opponent anyways. So it doesn't even matter. Double Shien. Excuse the proxy. I don't actually have a second Shien. I know Shien went to 3, but there's no point of playing 3. You only ever make 2. So. One Naturia Beast. This card's really easy to make in this deck. It's just such a good card. And then finally, one Catastor. Catastor is kind of like that. It's just supposed to be like a power card just to push you. It gets you through Forerunner, which is, I guess, decent. I don't know. This card's pretty solid. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it's an option. I just wanted it in here just as an out card. Like, I'd play it over Armades for sure, because Armades doesn't give me an out card. So, yeah, that's why I played this. I'm playing one Red Wyvern. I feel like this card is just really good. Just because you can make it turn 1. Oh, damn, I'm running out of battery. Like, shit, man. So, like, Red Wyvern is, like, it's just a good card you can make turn 1. And it's good against almost, like, a lot of it's good against a lot of the top decks. Where Barkion, it's really good, and I have been considering Barkion. I'd probably put it in with this card. No, I wouldn't take this out for it, but I feel like that Barkion is really good. Because if you make Barkion plus Shien against Magispectors, they can't do very much. One of the Black Rose. Black Rose is pretty good. I like this card. One Zeta. This is like another of those cards that you can just make turn 1 and like not give a shit about it. Like against Magispectors, making this and like Shien is pretty good, I guess. Or making the Eteria Beast plus this is really good. So one Levier. Moving into the Xyz. One Levier. I'm most likely gonna take this out. It was just for like a niche combo plays, but it doesn't ever come up. So yeah, it might become a Zen mains. It's supposed to be Invoker, but I don't have Invoker because that shit's like $16, man. So yeah, but I wouldn't play this card. It just doesn't work. I would play it if Redox was still legal, but Redox isn't still legal. So because this guy could make Giga Castle plays, but alas, he's banned. One Mech-Whipped Engineer. I feel like this card's really good. Because if you make these two, which is quite it's not that hard to do. If you make these two, then, yeah, it's kind of game. Your opponent can't exactly do anything about this. The only thing they can really do is if they use the trap card that banishes, which Magispectors can do. So, I don't know. Like, that's the only thing they can really do. So, I don't know. It's pretty likely that they can get that to their hand, but they miss a whole turn at that point, and if you can just establish more cards, so you can just kind of just win past that if they banish the beast. One Abyss Dweller, one Gaga Samurai, one Castel, and one Honor Arc. These are like, I don't know, power 4. I know Gaga Samurai kind of seems bad, considering you could probably play Blade Armor or Excalibur. But I wanted to be able to make this with Nodin, because Nodin does contribute to a lot of our OTKs. So, yeah. I'd probably play Excalibur over it. I don't really have Excalibur right now, or Blade Armor, but I don't know. This card works. I do make this with Nodin quite frequently just to go for game. So, yeah. Anyways, that was the deck profile. A really long one at that, too. But thank you all for watching this deck profile. And yeah, I guess like the deck is fairly consistent. I'm not gonna play this through next format. I'm actually, believe it or not, gonna play Gishki through next format. I feel like that deck's just much like that. I have a build that's working right now, and that deck's really like it's quite strong against Cosmo because it doesn't target or shuffle. Or it doesn't target or destroy. Well, the deck can definitely do something. And they have to, with Mound, they have to Slip Rider the Mound, then get it pot, then summon Good Witch, and flip it face down. So it's a lot of stuff to do, and there's a lot of other techs that I've been trying. I'll try to get that to you guys as fast as possible. I gotta get the stuff I'm teching in. But yeah, I don't really want to reveal it because then you know what the profile is, but. Anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna play that deck until we get the Monarch stuff. Yeah. Oh, I got 3 tenacity, sweet. So anyways, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Catch you guys next time. This is the Phantom Armor signing out.